Welcome to the new concept on logic. Today we are going to learn about the logic, and more particularly we are using the syllogism. We are going to start our logic with an idea of the basic fundamentals of logic, and then we are going to discuss about the syllogism of the logic. There are three methods to understand the syllogism. We are going to learn all three methods, but we are putting the methods in the level of complexity. So the most easiest method to understand the logic, that is a story method. Second is Venn diagram method, and the third one is using concept and theories. So without wasting much of our time, let us start the logic. So there are basically three types of logic. One is verbal logic, another one is analytical logic, and the third one is a visual or non-verbal logic. Now in verbal logic we are going to discuss about the assumptions, argument, what is syllogism, and in syllogism we are going to discuss about the three methods. Then we are going to discuss about the square of opposition, which is very important. Then we are going to discuss about the inferences and conclusion. After that we are going to discuss about the logical connectives. The second type of logic, which is known as analytical reasoning. Now particularly in GRE exam, this area is focused more in analytical reasoning. And there are certain MBA programs or many competitive programs where they are going to ask the analytical reasoning. Now under the analytical reasoning there is a number series that we are going to discuss, later series, seating arrangement, series and sequence, blood relations, and many other items which are coming under the analytical reasoning. The third is about the picture reasoning or visual reasoning. So here there are questions related to dice, and there are questions which are related to picture puzzle. So that is also a part of logic. So when I am making the word logic, there are basically three types of logic. The number one is a verbal reasoning or verbal reasoning, then non-verbal, and the last one is visual or picture based. So these are the entire gamut of a reasoning. Now we are going to start the logic, and the first thing which is coming in our mind, that is argument. So people ask, what is argument? So argument is a group of propositions, means one sentence, second sentence, and third sentence. You put sentence one after other, and in such a manner that it will give a comprehensive and cohesive argument. The cluster of proposition with a structure that exhibits some inferences. So from these sentences the inferences you can draw. So that is the argument. So argument means there are two things: the sentences that we are putting together plus the conclusion that we are giving to the other people. So that is the meaning of the argument. So argument is equal to premises plus conclusion. What is inferences? Inferences is a reasoning part of the argument. For example, when you are arranging the one argument with the another argument with some logical connection, with some logical argument or connection, and then from that you are going to take a inference. So that is called inferences. Premises are linked to the final conclusion. So whatever here you are saying, and then based on these 1, 2 and 3 sentences you are making a conclusion. Now this conclusion and these 3 sentences has a logical connection. There must be a connection. It means whatever you are saying, it actually derived from these three statements only. Nothing can be derived out of these three statements. You are not going to assume anything, but you have to adhere to these three sentences, and then you will build up a conclusion. So we find a conclusion in two different ways. Now, how to derive a conclusion? There is two theories. Number one is inductive logic, another one is a deductive logic. Now, let us understand what is inductive logic. In an inductive logic, the conclusion is based on probability. Means in inductive logic, which is not actually giving 100% guarantee, but it is based on high probability. So it doesn't give 100% guarantee to the conclusion that we are making out of the premises, but if there is some kind of probability and the probability is so high, then you can perhaps conclude. So we derive conclusion from specific events or situation. So you observe some specific events or situation in a bits of pieces, and then you will collect all these pieces together, and then you will come out with some conclusion. The correctness of the conclusion is possible when we produce correct premises with legal proof. For example, if you look at the peepal tree and then you see the leaves of the tree is green, then you look at the mango tree, then you see the mango tree leaves are also green, and banyan tree, it is also green, leaves are also green. So you have seen around more than 100 trees, and then you found that all 100 trees has green colored leaves. Therefore, you say the color of the tree is green. So this is called inductive logic. This is called inductive logic. Why? Because there are some trees which are not in green, which are, for example, pink, or maybe a gulmohar tree where there is so many saffron color flowers are coming, and when it is totally blooming in spring, from the far end it looks saffron, so it is not green. But majority of the trees, let's say you studied around 100 trees, out of 100 trees 95 trees are green, so you can perhaps say that all trees are green. So in an inductive logic we observe the specific events, and based on this specific observation we generalize it and say all trees are green. In an inductive logic, the conclusion must be based on observation and experiment. So your conclusion is based on observation and experiment. Experiment means what? You are doing some kind of work, and you redo this work for several number of times. Then you can say, after adding these two elements, the third element is generated. Then you can say there is a high amount of accuracy involved in it, but it is based on experiment. So you can conclude. Inductive logic is akin to synthesis. So in synthesis you will take the idea from different discipline, and then you will make a big argument, and that argument is valid from all these discipline point of view. Then you are using inductive logic. Remember, inductive logic is very, very important in education. If a teacher is using inductive logic in teaching the students, it will develop their thinking ability much more better. Inductive logic is based on assumptions, that is uniformity of nature. It means when you tree one tree, another tree, third tree, fourth tree, like 100 trees, then you believe that in nature all leaves are green. So in inductive logic we get the facts about the world. Therefore, when we want to seek new knowledge, remember, when you want to develop a new knowledge, it is necessary that you are using the inductive logic. So this is one method to come out with the conclusion. The another method to come out with the conclusion is deductive logic. Now what is deductive logic? In deductive reasoning or a logic, an argument claim, then its premises must be true, then its conclusion must be true. So there are some sentences. Based on these 3 sentences, you will find the 4th sentences, which is giving a conclusion or summarize of these 3 sentences in one sentence. It means deductive inference is only true when it supports the premise completely. So your conclusion is based on these 1, 2 and 3 premises. If one of the premises is not included in the conclusion, then it is perhaps doubtful. So when the premises are true, conclusion must be true in deductive logic. When the premises are false, then conclusion may be valid or invalid. That is the word I use, doubtful. You are not 100% sure, therefore we say it is doubtful. When premises and conclusion both are correct, then deductive inferences is true. When these 3 sentences, and from these 3 sentences you make a conclusion, if this is correct and then this is correct, then it is 100% correct. For example, all Americans are techno savvy. All Americans are techno savvy. Miss Catherine, she is an American. So you can conclude that Catherine is American. So instead of American, you can write Catherine is techno savvy. So we derive the conclusion that Catherine is techno savvy is based on the general event or an idea that all Americans are techno savvy. In deductive logic, we travel from general idea. General idea means all Americans. And from that we are come out with the specific idea. Now from that we are building the conclusion about the Catherine. So when the premises are correct and conclusion is incorrect, this is not possible in logical inferences. It is impossible in deductive logic that the premises are true and conclusion is wrong. When the premises are true but its conclusion is false, then it is an invalid deductive argument. In deductive argument, the conclusion is entailed by the premises, right? So whatever the sentences we are writing, from that sentences we are developing a conclusion. In deductive argument, there is a high standard of correctness. In deductive argument, we can give 100% guarantee to the conclusion. But in an inductive logic, we are not 100% sure. But in a deductive logic, we are 100% sure. Therefore, in deductive argument, it is claimed that the conclusion does not claim something more than which is contained in the premises. The conclusion is supported by the premises conclusively. So logical reasoning is based on valid relationship among the involved proposition. So here we are ending the basic theories of logic, argument, premises and the types of logic. In the second video, we are going to use the syllogism, a story method.